Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. In today's episode, I'm joined with Adam, and Adam has Crohn's disease, and today we're going to be hearing about his journey and his story. So, Adam, thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. My name's Adam. I'm from the northeast of England, a town called Stockton. I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease about February 2015. So what's that about? Coming up 8 years now.
Yeah. So when because I was diagnosed in 2017. If you know, when you think about it, when you was diagnosed, does it feel like that, like it was that, like it was 8 years ago, or like it was just yesterday? Do you think?
I feel like it's been a long time now. But yeah, time goes very quick, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, but we got the World Cup on already. It's going quick. But yeah, like when you was diagnosed, was that the first time you heard of Crohn's?
Yeah, like honestly, before that, even when I got diagnosed with Crohn's, I didn't have a clue where it was. I'd never heard of it before. Like none of my friends, none of my family have it. Like when I first got diagnosed, I was given medication. I just thought, you know, I'll just take this medication for the rest of my life, and that'd be it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's it's hard because it's hard when I think that's the hardest part when you get diagnosed because like you say, like and like I was just saying, like none of my friends really had it or no one understood, so it was hard to even talk about it at first.
Yeah, but the more like the more you read about it, you realise how like quite common it actually is, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, like you got so many more people who get it now, and it's more common.
I know.
Yeah, like where when I have to explain my Crohn's, maybe in a situation, I quite a lot of the time they will say they have a friend that has Crohn's. I don't know if you're the same. If you if you get that, like a lot of people just say, I have a friend that has Crohn's.
Yeah, well, quite a few people I've spoken to about it, and they're saying now like um, they'll know someone of or someone maybe in their family or one of their friends, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, they've got it," or so some people know like bits about it, but yeah, there's not many people know much about it. Is there? Like it's like people who don't have it.
Yeah, yeah. It's like it's it's not it's great when you hear that, like you hear like you're not the only one, but isn't it, like that you
Yeah,
have it?
yeah, yeah. Since I've been diagnosed with Crohn's, and I've had like a couple of surgeries and that as well. Like I followed a lot of people
Mm.
on Instagram with Crohn's. Um, just like it makes it easier. Like and there's a lot of people to contact if you have any problems or like and vice versa and stuff like that. So yeah, it makes it a lot easier in my opinion.
Yeah, I think Instagram it's really good for that. Like just having it and seeing other people's stories all the time, and I think it does really help, especially like that, like you have a community that know what you're going through, maybe not like a family member that is understanding, and
Yeah,
like you have a really good support with people who are close to you but maybe don't have it themselves, so it's good when you have that support
yeah,
within IBD, like Instagram and stuff, who who know what you're talking about.
yeah. That's what I mean. So obviously, if they've got it as well, they know. So if people saying who don't have it, like they don't. I know this. They're like compassionate and sort of understanding, but people who actually have it, they actually know what you're going through or and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, it is really good. Um, but like, how are you doing at the moment with your Crohn's, Adam?
It's been spot on at the minute. Like since my surgery last year, to touch wood,
Hmm.
I've been good since then.
Yeah, like,
Um, I've got a well. I don't know whether you'll ask me about it later on, but I've got to have another surgery. I think that'll be sometime next year, I think, but I'll tell you more about that if you ask me about it.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, like why did you have the surgery last year? What was happening with your Crohn's to have make you have that?
So basically, it was went for a just like a checkup on, I think it was about February 2020. I had an MRI scan because my Crohn's was just where initially it was where your small bowel meets your colon. So like in the is it terminal ileum?
Mm.
So it was just like there initially, and then I had an MRI scan, and they said there was like quite a bit of scar tissue there. So I wasn't taking no medication at this point. So they wanted me to go back on medication, and then all of a sudden, like COVID happened and went to lockdown and stuff, and then they said, right, we're gonna stop. We're not gonna give you any medication. A few weeks later, when I was going like the toilet, I noticed like blood when I was going to the toilet. So like it never happened before, so I panicked a bit. But I thought I'll give it a couple of days and like hopefully it'll go. But anyway, like a couple of days passed, it was still happening. So I got in touch with my GP. My GP said, "Oh yeah, it sounds like piles, like hemorrhoids. You can have some, just like get some cream or whatever." So anyway, like I knew like something was wrong with myself. Like I knew it wasn't that. So I was trying to get back in touch with the IBD nurses at hospital. And they were just like, we can't really do anything on the minute because they didn't really not understand the COVID situation, like how serious it could be. So I just said, oh, we can't really do anything at the minute because our hands are tied. We've been told if your symptoms aren't really that bad, not to give any medication because a lot of like Crohn's medications, immunosuppressants in it, and with the situation with COVID, decided not to. But then it's like my symptoms just kept on getting worse. Like as the weeks progressed, I kept on ringing them up and just like kept on telling me the same thing. But then my symptoms stopped. My symptoms stopped for about 2 months, and then about July 2020 they came back, same thing. And then about August they put me on budesonide. I don't know if you've heard of that. It's like a immunosuppressant, but it's like quite a weak one. It didn't really do anything. And then I remember being at work one night because I had some bloods taken at this point. I remember being at work one night in about September, and I was getting into bed in the morning, and I got a phone call off the hospital saying, "You need to come in. Yeah, inflammation levels are really high. We need to give you like steroid treatment and stuff." So I went into hospital then, give me like IV steroids, started me on infliximab. I think I was in hospital for maybe about 5 days a week to a week. But then after that, everything was spot on. Everything was back to normal. Yeah, life was good. And then about a month later, I noticed like an abscess at the top of my butt. It was like really painful. Like I couldn't even sit down. Anyway, I went to hospital with that. Turns out that was like a fistula that had developed into an abscess. So I had to have a surgery in November to have a seating put in. Just like it's like a piece of plastic and just like continuously lets the fistula drain. But then at this point, like my symptoms started to come back, but like they would come back like worse than what they did last time, and like toilet frequency was increasing, like blood was increasing. And I was getting up for work one morning, and I was like, twice within like 5 minutes, I was on the toilet, and I thought, you know what, I can't do this no more. So I went to the hospital and said, look, like I can't leave the house. I can't do anything. I can't go to work. Anyway, and then I got admitted to hospital again. This was in December 2020. Started me on steroids and infliximab again.
Okay.
And then I was in hospital for about 5 days, and I caught COVID in hospital. So I had to stop all treatments because the immunosuppressants, and then I had to wait about, how many days was it? 10 days I had to wait, or 12 days or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they restarted the medication again, but I was getting bloods daily and the inflammation levels weren't coming down, or so they're saying like, look, Adam, like, I'm going to try like different medications. But when I started infliximab, the IBD nurses told me, like, say for example, if you started one, it might have an 80% chance of working. But if that doesn't work and you start another one, like the chances of it, each one working decreases each time. So I think they tried me on the 2 more infusions. I can't remember which ones they were. I think one was ustekinumab. I can't remember what the other one was. But anyway, that didn't work. So they said, oh, like, look, like you're gonna have to have surgery now. Like, we've done like scans and stuff, and they said you've got like 8 centimeter inflammatory mass on the right side of your colon. Like, we need to remove it. If you don't remove it, like you said, this gastro consultant said, like, basically your bowels are like a ticking time bomb that could explode any time. And he said, and it's like emergency surgery then, and there's like a greater chance of that you could die and stuff like that. So then I had this surgery done. It was like a right hemicolectomy surgery it was. So they just like removed the right part of my bowel. But I still had like patches of like inflammation everywhere else. But they thought that medication could keep it under control or treat it. So I had that done like immediately straight away. It was like my symptoms had gone overnight. Like I felt spot on again. Like I felt good again. And then I went home. I think just the night before Christmas Eve on December 2020. Everything was good for a few weeks, and then my symptoms came back again. So like in like January 2021 at this point, went back into hospital again, tried steroids and like ustekinumab again. Didn't work. So then the only option then was to have like a ileostomy surgery. They said you can have like, there's 3 choices with that. He said you can like just take your colon out and keep like your rectum and that there and just leave it be. We can remove the colon and the rectum, and then you can have it reversed later on, or we can like remove everything and just make it permanent. But then I thought, because I had like Crohn's in my rectum and that as well, and it wasn't responding to medication, I just thought, you know what, like I'm sick of being in hospital. I need my life back. Just do what you need to do. Just make it permanent. And then that's what happened in January.
Okay. So was that this January gone, like this year?
No, it was January last year, January 2021.
Okay. So you've had it for a while.
Yeah, but it like coming up 2 years now.
Yeah. Like when you said about the blood, I think it's really upsetting when you see that for the first time, because you think it's like really bad, don't you, at first?
Yeah.
And like it could be so many things as well, like blood in the stools as well. There's so many things it could be. Like fistula is one of them. Like I have a fistula too. But occasionally I still get blood in the stools. But not as bad as that I need to get it drained and everything. Like in the past, I've had to go on things to help go to the toilet better, because fistula may make you constipated as well. So and especially it's not very nice, like you say, to sit on it when it gets really bad. But like when I went on my first holiday when having Crohn's. I went to Scotland, and I think 2018 it was. Um, and then I thought I was in a good place, I think, with my Crohn's and everything. And then I went to the toilet. I had blood and stools, which I wasn't very happy about because I was only might have been my second or so day
Yeah,
there. And I didn't want to go to hospital or anything because I wanted to enjoy myself. Um, and I wanted to go to. If I did, I would prefer to go to a hospital that know me, not a new place that
yeah,
don't know
yeah,
me at all. Um, but yeah, like you say, it's hard when you are on these tough drugs like that dampen your immune system. Um, especially when COVID is about, and even more so case if you're in the ward with COVID going on, like at kind of the start there, like because it's really sad because a lot of people wouldn't have got the and yourself that treatment because of COVID, of people treating
uh,
COVID patients.
yeah. That's what I mean. Like, like when I first had my surgery, I thought, like, I know it's not very good for your mental health and stuff like that, but I was thinking like, oh, like what if I got treatment when I needed it, and then all this might not have happened and stuff like that. But then I thought, like, you can't live your life like that, can you? You can't live your life like thinking what ifs all the time, because
Yeah,
like you've got control over it, obviously. So you can't turn back the time or anything. So you just need to get on. Just need to get on with it. Like what happened to me is not ideal and not what I wanted, but at the end of the day, I'm still alive. I can still do everything that I did before.
yeah, yeah. It's very hard to even talk about to people um because like it's one of the reasons why you create kind of things like raising awareness with people who understand because I guess sometimes you kind of feel if you talk about it to your friends that that they don't really care sometimes because like it's not their kind of life and everything and but it's good when you talk about it to people that understand.
Yeah, it helps you a lot, doesn't it? Like I said, like I was saying to you earlier, like I follow a lot of people with like ileostomies and that, and stomas, and like seeing it more, like helped me a lot. Like helped me get get through it more, and make it like easier to live with and stuff. So yeah, it's helped me a lot.
Yeah, I see a lot of that kind of like a lot of that, especially like on Instagram and people showing their stomas and everything, and I think it's really good. Um, it must be hard hard at first, like
Yeah,
because like it's something new, because upon having Crohn's, you're having someone else there, which like uh, it's personal choice what you do with it. You want to keep it private, or you want to show it on Instagram. Is kind of everyone's choice, but if I because I don't have one. Like if I ever did have one, which is a huge possibility because lots of people do, don't they? With Crohn's, I wouldn't be as kind of showing it off, I guess, maybe
yeah.
at the start. I don't know if I ever would, but it takes guts to do that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's like I don't know. I'm still. I think I probably would one time, like maybe it's not like short in the flesh, like like just like a photo of like your bag out, like with your bag out. But I don't know. Like I take my hat off to people who do it because it's very like you said, it takes guts to do it.
Yeah, yeah, because like you're not just showing your gut, you're showing like your whole kind of body, really, aren't
Yeah,
you? Which it's hard, um, it is hard, but I guess it helps people do that. Like yourself, as you said, like it's seeing people do that and talk about it. Yeah. Um, like with so, why are you having surgery next year, Adam?
so when they make your stoma permanent, like to remove like your rectum and stuff like that, and then like to stitch like your bum up.
Mm.
The first time that they did that when in January 2021, it didn't heal, and it turns out that the stitches that they used to stitch it up, I was allergic to them.
Wow.
So September last year, I had surgery again to cut all that scar tissue out, and then have it restitched. And then for some reason again, it hasn't worked. So I've been referred to like a plastic surgeon now. I've got an appointment with him on Thursday actually. So see what they say.
Okay.
Hopefully I can get it sorted and get it sorted for good.
Fingers crossed, everything's all right.
I know, I hope so.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Oh,
they said the surgeon said it'd be like a week stay in hospital, and then it'd be like 2 to 3 months off work. So I'm not really looking forward to that. But if I need to do it, I need to do it, don't I? So
yeah, because you don't want to be allergic to them.
nah,
Like, has there been any sort of reaction to kind of say that how you are allergic to them? Like,
no, I didn't say. He just said, "Oh, it seems like it must be like," because I thought that I might have had like Crohn's in it. I thought, can you get like Crohn's and wounds? And he said, "Oh yeah." So they've done like a biopsy of it, like to see if there's any Crohn's in there. And there was no Crohn's in there, so I think it came back that I was allergic to the stitches. So
yeah,
yeah, I wouldn't have ever expected that.
yeah, yeah. You don't normally get that, do you? You're allergic
No,
to
nah,
stitches. Yeah,
that's mad, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. Like, yeah, is it? But as soon as it's sorted, I guess better for you.
Yeah. Well, I was in hospital about um, the end of October because I got an infection in it, and had to get put to sleep and have it cleaned out and drained and packed. So, well, yeah, it's all right now.
Okay, but that that's good. Like you, I think you said that you was on Fliximab. Like, how long was you on that for?
So I was on that from September 2020 to about December 2020 because it worked initially. Like some people, it just doesn't work, does it? Like it worked initially and then it just stopped working for me. So, and I was having like double doses of it as well. So
Hmm. Yeah, I was on it. I was on it. That's my first biologic medication. That was um after I got diagnosed. Um, and
you're on,
I was on
yeah,
it
go
for a
on, sorry.
year. I was on it for a year. I was. I'm not on it anymore.
What is that because? Is that because that you don't need to use it, or
No, it was because I had a pretty bad reaction to it.
oh really?
Because I was on it for almost a year, or probably a year. Because of course you only have to have it every 8 weeks.
Yeah,
Um, which wasn't bad. And I every time it got faster because it was working and stuff. So you get to go home maybe a little more early than staying there the full time
yeah,
that you would. And when it gets to the ninth infusion, you know the loading doses that you have to
yeah,
have before the
yeah.
actual starts. So within the first 15 minutes, I felt really hot, and I thought it was just hot in the room at first, and then after that I felt really hot, like the cannon might was gonna pop out or something. So really hot, like I was in the sauna. And then I said, "No, I'm really hot now. Something's wrong." And like lot of nurses in the room, so that was helpful. And then after that, I found it hard to breathe and stuff, so I needed
Oh
oxygen.
really?
Yeah, I needed oxygen, and my dad went with me to every um appointment.
Yeah,
Um, Um, and I think at this time, it because he sits down a lot, he went out for a break. It happened while he wasn't even in the room, and he goes back, so what's happened? And like when I had my infusion, it was on this was when the Jeremy Cole show was on, so of course not on
Right.
anymore. So I found that funny because it is a distraction because you fall asleep, don't you?
Yeah, I remember when I used to go and get mine, I just used to like take my iPad in and just watch like something on Netflix or something.
Yeah, yeah. Like I used to do that. I used to take my iPad and stuff, but I'll still fall asleep. Um, like I wouldn't eat anything there. I like the chips, but I don't really like hospital food that
Yeah.
much. So I just take my own lunch and eat it there because I went over lunchtime. Um,
But do you used to get hospital food when you went? I used to only get like a cup of tea and biscuits when I went when I was getting mine done.
yeah, yeah. They would always bring biscuits and like hot drinks. I love the biscuits though. They were really nice. But yeah, I was on that a year, and after that reaction, I still continued the infusion, which I was surprised about. Because they said that I just went really slowly, and then a couple of
Yeah,
days after that, I saw my consultant, where he said I'm gonna have to change medication, like because so I changed to what the one I'm on now, which is Humira. I'm on Humira. I did a map now, which are all
is that
funny
the one?
names.
Is that the ones where you have to inject yourself, or do you have to go to hospital to get it done still?
No, I can check myself.
Yeah,
I'll do it at home now, so it worked out nicely with COVID. So I had that reaction before the pandemic started, so I'm so I have the injections at home
yeah. So
every.
is that working for you now? Then are you in remission now? Or
I'm not in remission, but it is working. Like I'm on azathioprine as well, so
yeah,
like
I'm on that. I'm on that as well now.
yeah, so of course damage the immune system being on
Yeah,
azathioprine alone, and like I'm on Humira too, which it dampens my immune system. So I'm always very careful still, like around the COVID situation because
yeah,
still people have it and stuff, and you just don't know. Um, and like we said before about the football, about matches and everything. Um, that that unless maybe like lots of people are spread out, I wouldn't go.
yeah,
So maybe like England or something, which um but yeah, I have to be. It's annoying because you have to be really careful because you're on these high dose medication, which you get really poorly quicker than someone who's not on these
yeah,
kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm on that too. I take vitamin D as well for fatigue.
yeah.
I do. Which fatigue. I suffer with quite a lot of fatigue. Do you get fatigue a little bit?
To be honest, like since I've been diagnosed with Crohn's, like I've seen like a lot of people as like get fatigue as like a like as part of it. But to be honest, I've never really experienced it. Like don't get me wrong, like I get tired, but I think
Yeah.
everyone gets tired, you know, like when you've been at work and stuff like that.
Do
But
you?
like fatigue, like I've never had like fatigue where I think, do you know what, like I can't get out of bed today. I'm not fatigued. Like I've never had that.
Hmm. Yeah.
Even like throughout the years I've had Crohn's. So in a sense, I've probably been lucky in that way.
Yeah, yeah, like I haven't. I guess I haven't had it to that extent where you can't get out of bed. But for example, if I'm doing something, like maybe I'm playing football for the day, or I'm going out or even going out for a walk, I'll be really tired when I get home and
Yeah,
and probably falling asleep. Then and I noticed getting diagnosed with Crohn's what it was like before and now, and I know some people can get it worse, like you say, like you can't get out of bed, you're too tired. But I'm not to that extent, but I know the difference, like you say, everyone gets tired, but um, sometimes it depends the medication you're on, maybe.
yeah,
Um, like going from Fliximab infusions, when going on to infusions, they put a drug in it where you do fall asleep, but like you get pretty tired, don't you?
yeah,
But yeah, fatigue is it's one of those things, but Um, but yeah, so I'm on azathioprine still with Humira and stuff like that. Um, and yeah, like I'm doing okay. I'm not I I'm not in fully remission, but I'm at a stage where I don't get the pain which I had when maybe I was diagnosed.
Yeah, that's good then, isn't it?
Yeah, like because how I got diagnosed was because I lost a lot of weight and I wasn't eating anything, and I had this really burny pain in my stomach. Um, which wasn't friendly. So that's how I kind of discovered. Well, I didn't really. Family did really, like my parents and stuff. Kind of saw something was wrong. And then when I had to go into A&E when I saw that Bernie feeling, and
Yeah.
which wasn't nice. Like it wasn't nice at all. But like how how did you kind of find out that something was wrong? Um, to go and see them.
So I remember, I think it was Saturday because I was going out with my friends, like day drinking. We were going out to watch because Middlesbrough on the telly as well.
Mm,
We're playing Bournemouth actually. I remember. And I was sat in the pub and I was sat down and all I remember was just I had a really like strong pain in my stomach. Like I was in agony with it. I just thought, I didn't think anything of it really. Like, but yeah, I was like, I've never had like stomach pain like it before, and like it stayed like throughout the day. And then I remember, I stayed at my mate's house on that night. And I woke up and I was completely fine. So then I was living at home at this point. So then I told my mum. My mum goes, "Oh, I think you should go to like A&E or whatever, just to get like checked over, make sure it's." Because I thought I did think when I had that stomach pain, I thought I might have like appendicitis.
mm,
Um, but yeah, so I went to A&E the next day, and I told them like my symptoms and stuff and like how I felt. And then the next thing, like they kept me in for 3 days. Like did like scans and like blood tests and like scans and stuff. And they said, "Oh, we can't find anything wrong. Doesn't seem to be anything wrong with you." So I think then I got booked in for a colonoscopy because I think they might have. Uh, I think they said it could be. It sounds like it could be like IBD. So they put me in for a colonoscopy. Um, I think they had that maybe it was about a week or two later, and
mm.
that's when I got diagnosed with Crohn's.
Yeah, I I had that too. I had like it's not very nice, is it, when you have to drink all that
No,
drink?
so I think that's the worst part. The worst part of it, I think, it's the drink's disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah, like every 15 minutes, isn't it? And it takes
Yeah,
15 minutes to drink one kind of
yeah,
cup. And I didn't drink it all. I couldn't do it. I was gonna be sick otherwise. Yeah. But funny enough, because I wasn't eating, I was empty anyway.
yeah,
And I wasn't going to the toilet, like because it makes you go to the toilet. I thought, hang on, what's going on here? But because I was empty anyway, I didn't need to. So, um, but yeah, it's good that we did get like. Do you feel that you got diagnosed pretty quickly? Would you say?
yeah. I feel I got diagnosed quickly. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, me too. Because it's good when it's like that because sometimes, um, but you see people get diagnosed, misdiagnosed, or
yeah,
take like maybe a long time. But it's nice when it's sorted pretty quickly.
yeah. They just said to me like they give me the results and stuff and said, "Oh yeah, you've got Crohn's disease in your small bowel. Um, just take this medication to give me azathioprine." Um, I just thought, yeah, I'll just take that for the rest of my life and that'll be it. But obviously that wasn't the case.
Yeah, yeah. Like I'm the same. I don't know. Isothiophylline was the first ever thing I went on. Before, of course, I went steroids first.
Yeah,
But I think I went on that pretty much same time or shortly after that. Um, and it's annoying because it's a medication you don't want to be on the rest of your life because it's really dampening, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
depending on how many doses I guess you have or stuff. But it is it's pretty tough to be on that kind of medication. But I guess if it helps you, it's good if it does help you.
yeah. I think like with medication and stuff, like, I think you need to get like the balance right on you because you don't. Obviously, you want your Crohn's to be under control, but you don't want it to get bad like reactions and uh like from the medication and stuff like that, and like making you feel worse.
No. Yeah, like it's annoying when medication stops working. Like you feel like, oh, what's happening now? Because you can go on m- certain amount and then they don't work, and like, what's gonna
Yeah,
happen next? I think when you're diagnosed and you look everything up, I think the two fears you probably do fear is either surgery or having a stoma.
yeah,
And when you've accomplished them, you kind of feel like, I guess, well, I don't know because I haven't, but maybe for you, like, you may feel like, oh look, I've kind of accomplished possibly like maybe one of the two of the maybe hardest parts of
yeah,
having Crohn's, having this kind of done, except
yeah,
from the pain, but just having surgery and stoma bone.
yeah. Like I said to you earlier, I said it's not what I wanted. Or like if you'd asked me 5 years ago, would you think you'd have a stoma when you were 30? I just said like no chance.
Mm,
Like I'm a fit lad. Like I go to the gym 5 6 days a week. Like I eat decent. Like I'd never thought like in a million years that I'd be in this position, but it's happened, and I need to just
mm.
get on with my life now.
Yeah. Like, do you have to avoid anything like food, drinks,
No,
or?
like touch wood. I've never. I think I've um had like a few little blockages. Like there's times where I've had like a bit of stomach pain,
Mm,
but I've never like had anything where I've had to go to hospital to have anything done. But I say like when I first had it, like people were saying, "Oh, you need to avoid this. You need to avoid like popcorn. You need to avoid nuts. You need to avoid this. You need to avoid that." But everyone's like totally different. Like what people can eat, like some others can't with the stoma. So, like from my experience, there's nothing that I couldn't eat before that. Sorry, there's nothing that I could eat before that I can't now.
mm.
So it's all good that way.
Yeah, it is good.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I I'm okay at the moment, but like especially um when I couldn't eat anything at the start, I could only really eat chicken and stuff, and have to avoid spicy food. I still do time to time now.
yeah,
I don't like anything too spicy. Like I wouldn't eat a really spicy curry. I wouldn't mind a little bit hot, but not
yeah,
like really hot. But I do have to have not. I don't have caffeine. Um, so I have decaf, which for me I don't taste any different for me. But for some people they say, oh no, it tastes so much different. Um, I guess because of our taste buds are really different and stuff. Um, but it's one of those things like you don't know so some people can't have carrots, what supposedly are good for you,
yeah,
and they might be doing alright with chips. So it's very different. Like there's no kind of healthy food health style anymore because everyone is different what they can eat
yeah,
and they can't.
yeah. It's 100%. Yeah, like everyone's different. Like some people will find that they can't eat some foods that they could eat before, and others will be completely fine. It's just everyone's like totally different.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but upon that, like, what I know you like football, Adam. Is there any other hobbies that you like, or is it just mainly football?
Um, yeah, I like my football. like I was saying to you earlier, I've got a season ticket at Middlesbrough, so they play like Tuesday, Saturday most of the week, so I'm there quite a bit. I work well. I've been doing quite a bit of overtime at work because I've been like renovating a house.
Mm.
So that's been well. I bought my house when I was halfway through my flare, so it took a bit longer than what I expected to like decorate it and stuff. I go to the gym a lot, just like to just to like do other things like go out with your mates and stuff, like
Yeah.
just chill out and stuff like that. Like I feel like I'm getting old now, so I don't really go out. I don't really go out on the drink as much.
Yeah. I don't see much fun in it really because like especially like now maybe just this time of year or just in general it's just pretty boring now.
Yeah, it's getting cold now, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, dark earlier, all that kind of stuff. Um, but yeah, it's good to like football. Like as I said, I love my football too. So like watching a lot of the World Cup at the moment. Um, what where do you think England will finish?
Um, I think they'll get out the group. It all depends who they get next round. I think
Hmm.
if they get France, I think France will be too much for England.
You reckon?
Yeah,
Yeah. Who knows? Like it. These last few tournaments, they seem to be doing alright. Like I don't know. I don't think France are as good as they were when they last won it.
yeah,
I think they've got a few people missing. So um, yeah, it just depends. I think it like hopefully we do well.
yeah. It'd
Hopefully.
be nice to see him do well, but I feel like I'm being very optimistic. I don't think they'll get like to the semis or the final or anything like that. I think there's too many good teams. Like I think Brazil will end up winning it. I think they've got the best squad. I'm looking forward to see how they do.
Yeah, yeah, they are the favourites, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah, but who knows? Like, no, I don't think no one kind of expected Italy to win the Euros last time. So, um, it, and then they're not in the World Cup. So,
I know, it's mad, isn't it?
yeah, but yeah, I just hope we get to the semi-finals and final. But um, like, but if we don't, we'll just have to deal with it, won't we?
Yeah, well, it's nice when the World Cup's back on in the summer again, won't it?
Yeah. Although I would like it if we did win it. We could win it for Christmas. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but yeah, it's nice when it's on the summer, but it's different. We probably won't have it like this again in
Oh
the
yeah.
winter. Yeah. Um, before we go, Adam, is there any advice that you want to give to maybe other people like with Crohn's or anything?
I'll just say like if you've got Crohn's, like I know like a lot of people think it's daunting and the end of the world, but um, if, you, if you speak to the right people and like for me, like following people and speaking to people on like Instagram and the IBD community helped me a lot, and you can ask them like what they did when this happened and that happened, and so like make sure you have like a good relationship with like your IBD nurses and your gastro doctors, and just so they know what's going on. Because at the end of the day, like I know like doctors and all that can advise you and stuff, but you know your body better than anyone else. You know when there's something wrong. Um, I'll just say like take your medication as well. That's
Yeah.
what advice I give. But I always say as well, like if anyone's got any problems or that, they can message me anytime on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll always reply.
Yeah, it's good to be like that, just to be a person who offer your support to other people that need it.
Yeah, I feel like I've been through a lot and I've got a lot of experience, and if it helps, if I help just one person, it'd make me it'd make me happier knowing that I've helped someone.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing when you do these kind of things. If you just help someone, that's fine. Like it's nice. It's good to be like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
Totally agree.
yeah. But I hope you've enjoyed your first podcast, Adam.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, so it's been great, and I'm glad you've enjoyed it, and yeah, and so thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for having me on. It's been nice speaking to you.
Yeah, thanks, Adam.
Right, cheers. See ya.